Perfect. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are. I am actually here in Colorado at our home on a little bit of a stormy day here. Um, so it's just now um, on the hour. Wait just for a couple of minutes for a few people to pop in. We have quite a few people joining us today, which is fantastic. Um, so, in the meantime, I would like to introduce you all to Paul Tomasch, who is the director of ICS Travel Group. Um, and I'm sure some of you have heard the name and might be familiar with it, and some of you are brand new to ICS, but they've been around since 1994 and started with just three or four destinations, countries in Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, right, Myanmar, something like that, and then have expanded over the years to now have 21 countries for you to sell. And the great thing about that is you can combine destinations and put together one itinerary, one with making one phone call, one email contact for several destinations in Asia. So the destinations beyond, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, have expanded to Japan, which is now, I think, the biggest seller for them, which has been a huge, huge trend all since COVID, as we all know, all the way to India, so and everywhere in between. Um, Paul, we're going to let you take this over. I just want to mention that if you have questions, please put them in the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen. We're going to wait till the end to answer all the questions, but we will certainly get to them all and look forward to having a nice conversation. So, Paul, I'll let you take it from here.
Thank you so much. I couldn't have said it better. Thanks for the lovely introduction. Yeah, again, my name is Paul Tomasch. I'm going to share my screen with you. I assume that we can do this pretty easily. Here we go. All right, here we go. Um, we are a DMC, Destination Management Company, started in 94, as Brad just said, expanded a number of destinations over the last couple of years. Here are the destinations that we are serving. Before we go into this, I want to give you a little bit of an idea on our back office, which I think is very, very interesting and very important. We have a US-based sales support, so if you have any questions, anything that you want to know, we can always talk to you from our US offices. And now with Lush experiences, we are so excited to have them on board as well. We have a US-based back office, which is great because we can charge all the credit card payments in North America. We usually add 15% commission to every proposal, unless you want something else. We commission paid out of the US, which is also an important thing. When you compare us to some other DMCs, we have a $5 million liability insurance. We never needed it, but it's good to have. I think the very last point is the most important one, and this is something that Brett mentioned. Most clients who go to Asia go to multiple countries. They don't go to one, they go to two or three or four. We give you one proposal. My colleagues will work with you on one proposal, and then you don't have to copy and paste and put things together. It's all there for you. And if we book flights in between countries from, say, Cambodia to Vietnam, you can rest assured that we are following those flights. If there are any delays, we know that in our offices, and then we can make adjustments to the program. So that's a really good thing for many of the clients that we're working with. Other things that came up recently is we don't have a minimum spend. If you have a good relationship with some of the hotels, feel free to book them. We book the land for you. If it's a shore excursion, we do that. If it's a transportation, we do that. We don't have requirements for hotel bookings. We work with everything from a day trip to multi-day, multi-country. We work with most price points. So whatever comes along, most of it we can help you with. We can offer a call with the agent and with the client if something needs to be pushed through the finish line. And we're also a member of Virtuoso. We're a member of Signature, Internova, and USTOA, and some smaller agencies as well. If you have any questions of who we actually work with, we can always contact us and we can let you know. 21 countries, 31 offices, as I mentioned, and Brent mentioned, we do everything, as I said, day trips, excursions, multi-country, multi-destination. A little bit of a quick look on how our proposals look. We give it at a glance to show you a little bit of the abbreviated version of what your clients will do, and then the detailed versions of what your clients will do. At the end, we have a pricing per person, hotels that are mentioned, what do we include, what do we not include, and again, usually 15% commission already included, so that document can go directly to your clients. For the longest time, Thailand used to be our number one destination. It is number two now, but it's still a wonderful place. There were a couple questions about some conflict between Cambodia and Thailand in the border, which is an area where nobody really goes to. The life in Thailand is exactly the same as before. There's no problem. And now there is a peace agreement between the Cambodians and Thailand, so everything will be fine. We knew it is because both countries rely heavily on tourism, so they won't do anything to compromise that. Thailand is a wonderful place for everybody. If it's single, couple, LGBTQ, honeymoon, everybody loves Thailand. We have specific programs at specific destinations for all kind of clients. Most clients start in Bangkok, they go to North, Chiang Rai, Chiang Mai, and then to the beaches. We can help you with all of that. We can coordinate hotels. We can coordinate the land packages for you. We have some specialties that we do. We only do, for example, humanely run elephant camps. There's no riding, there's no painting pictures, but we do show you how elephants are taken care of. We do have a day in the life of a family in Thailand. We do tuk-tuk tours in Bangkok and things like that. So whatever you require, we can help you with that. If you have no idea what your clients would like, we can definitely give you some ideas on that. Japan, number one destination in the last 2 years, and I'm sure it's going to be the next year as well. Everybody loves Japan. Everybody wants to go to Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka and see Fuji. Absolute wonderful destination. If it's expensive these days, but Japan is absolutely fabulous. If you want to venture out a little bit, we can help you with that. Do a little bit of areas which are away from the main circuit, or find Japan is also a very, very good destination off season, which is between May and September. Feel free to ask us. We can give you some tips. We do everything from sword making, kimono dress up, calligraphy, tea ceremony, sake ceremony, sumo, sushi classes, whatever you require, we can help you with that. Indonesia, one of our prime destinations. We are virtuoso supplier for Indonesia. Used to be Bali, 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 but now it has expanded. We have a lot of clients who like other islands, go to Komodo, see the dragons, go to Kalimantan, see the orangutans, Java, the temples. Obviously, Bali is still the number one seller in Indonesia. We can do romantic dinners. We can do authentic nature walks. Blessing is a very, very big thing in Bali, especially. So we can help you with that as well. When we talk about destinations, we also like to introduce some that are sort of secondary, that people don't know that much about. For example, Laos, Luang Prabang, one of my favorite cities in all of Asia. If you have time to spend 3-4 nights after or before a Thailand trip, after or before a Vietnam trip, Laos is a fantastic destination, like Asia used to be 30 years ago. So Luang Prabang is fantastic. Laos is fantastic. If you want to add something unique, please do so. And we definitely recommend Laos for that as well. Very, very much Asian like it used to be. And you don't see that much in most of Asian countries anymore. The other destination we like to feature is Bhutan. Bhutan has been, for us, one of our favorite places. Not too many people go there. They find it complicated to arrange it. For us, it's very, very simple. We get you the flight into Bhutan, we get you the visa for Bhutan, and you're ready to go. Bhutan is a fabulous destination, the happiest people on earth, as they say. Beautiful temples, pagodas, 100% safe. We love it. So if you want to look into Bhutan, we would be happy to help you with that as well. India, one of the destinations we do very, very well. For the most part, India used to be Delhi, used to be Golden Triangle, used to be Agra, Taj Mahal, which is fabulous. But there's also places in the southwest, which is Kerala, which is places in the east, which is a Ganges boat trip, riverboat trip. It's fabulous as well. So if you want to add something to the regular India program, we'll be very happy to assist you with that as well. We can do specialties, Bollywood dance class, or show you a little bit about cricket and things like that. So whatever your heart recommends, whatever you read about and want to see, we can help you with that. Nepal, a bit on the slower side, but if you want to see Mount Everest, if you want to fly around Mount Everest, if you want to see the base camp, we can help you. There's some really nice national parks. There's also some really good animal sighting there. So if you want something special with animals or history or culture or Mount Everest, we could definitely help you. If you have never been to Asia, my first choice would always be Singapore. Singapore is a very good mix between West and East, between new and old. Singapore has it all. Great food, 100% safe, lovely people. Everybody speaks English. I highly recommend Singapore for everybody who wants to get a little bit of a warm up for Asia. Philippines used to be a country that is diving, but now more families come to the Philippines to do some island hopping. They like to see different islands. Palawan, very popular. Siargao, very popular. Cebu, very popular. So we do offer that. You can do a couple nights on each island. You see some different perspective, different type of local people, and it's a really nice adventure for people who want to see the ocean, who want to see some nice beaches and some really good interaction with culture. By the way, this is all going very speedy. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask later, or you can contact us later as well if you want to hear more about certain places or about certain activities. Don't worry, all you need to remember is our name. We can help you with everything later as well. Vietnam was our first destination we work at. It's still a very popular one. Three reasons. One is food, one is history, and one is culture. Vietnam has some lovely people, has some really nice old pagodas and temples, and some World Heritage sites like Halong Bay. So we can help you to arrange all of that. 8 days is a minimum to stay. If you have more, that'd be fantastic. You can see a little bit more of the culture. Vietnam goes very well with Cambodia. Siem Reap, Angkor Wat temples are fabulous. If you've never seen them, if you've never been there, it's absolutely amazing. Stunning temples and pagodas in the middle of a beautiful, beautiful area, jungle area. We highly recommend 2-3 nights in Cambodia if you are in Vietnam or Thailand to combine this, because going to these places and skipping Cambodia is, in my opinion, not a good idea, because Cambodia is very close, easy, very comfortable to travel to, and a very, very exciting destination as well. Malaysia, in Malaysia, people do two things. Either they go to the mainland of Malaysia and see the wonderful capital of Kuala Lumpur, and a couple of beaches, Langkawi, Penang, for example, are amazing. You can do that. It's a really nice place to visit. Or if you want to venture out to Borneo, which is the eastern side of Malaysia, you would see the amazing orangutan sanctuaries. Orangutans can really only be visited these days in Borneo, and that's two sides to it. One is the Malaysian part, and one is the Indonesian part. Both are exciting. If you want a little bit more luxury, Malaysia is the place to go. And if you want a little bit more authentic orangutan sightseeing, you go to Indonesia. But Borneo is the place if you want to see these fabulous, fabulous animals. And I can highly recommend seeing the orangutans because they're just absolutely wonderful animals. We do quite a bit of Sri Lanka. If people go to Maldives, which a lot of people still do, they like to do a little bit of culture, either before or after. And Sri Lanka is the place to do that. Temples, pagodas, great food, nice beaches as well, but also some nice animal sanctuaries like Yala in the southeast of the island, temples in the middle, Runatnapura and Dambula and Sirigaya. And then you have a fantastic capital, Colombo. So if you want to add a couple nights very close to Male, Colombo flights are very, very easy to get to. And then you can do a little bit of culture together with your beach stay. I was always a very big fan of Hong Kong. Hong Kong, for me, for many, many, many years, was my one of my favorite places. It did lock down somehow. There was some political problems, riots, and then there was an extensive period of COVID, regular COVID and post-COVID and what else. Now it's all gone. It's all normal. Everything is back to normal. Hong Kong is less busy than it was, which is fantastic because it was extremely busy with mainland Chinese tourism mostly. Now there's less of it, which is good for American clients. You're not feeling overwhelmed with masses of tourism, but the country, the city, the island is very, very nice. I would highly recommend. Cathay is increasing their flights from the US, so Hong Kong is a really fun destination. Why Uzbekistan? Well, it's been on our radar for many, many years, and we started last year with Uzbekistan because it is part of the Silk Road. Marco Polo used to go through Uzbekistan to get from Italy to China. It's a fantastic destination. I was there in March together with Tajikistan. So there's a couple stans, five in the area. Uzbekistan is the most popular country. You can visit Kyrgyzstan, which is sort of the Switzerland of Central Asia. You can go to Tajikistan, which is some beautiful mountains. There's Kazakhstan, which is the largest country there. So you can visit all those and see sort of a glimpse of the old history. Bukhara, the town is a couple of thousand years old. Samarkand is also a very, very old city. It's 100% safe, very reasonably priced, great food, great English-speaking tour guides. So highly recommend Uzbekistan if you are interested in that area. EVA Air is a great airline to fly, and their stopover is Taipei. Taiwan has a lot to offer outside of Taipei, but many people do 2, 3 night stopover in Taipei. Fantastic. We love that. If you want to go to see more, see the national parks, see the Sun Moon Lake, for example, it's a really, really nice destination. So if you want to combine this, some people combine with China, some people combine with Japan. Feel free to contact us. We can help you. Taiwan is a fantastic destination if you want to go there. Now, China is back, fully back. No more restrictions on COVID, no more restrictions on anything. You don't need to walk around with some, I don't know, some QR codes or whatever they had before. I spent a couple of weeks there end of last year. I love China. I always did. It's a great destination, a really great mix of old and very new. Um, High tech in Shanghai, high tech in Beijing, but also old part of Beijing, old part cities in Guilin, in Shenzhen, and also, of course, in the pandas that you can see in Chengdu are fantastic. Hotels are always great. Food is very, very good and very different in each region. The train system is fantastic. The airlines are very good. So we highly recommend to do China if you have time and if you're in the area. These are all our destinations. Again, it was very, very fast, but we can help you in detail. Just let us know what we can do for you. Here is our contact. My name is Paul Tomasch, and feel free to ask any questions now, or if you have something you want to ask later, feel free to do so. Thank you very much for your attention.
Great. Thank you, Paul. Really, really, really informative. I want to say I agree with Paul 100% about starting in Singapore, and we're a little bit biased on that, as the Fullerton Hotels have been a client of Lush, well, of mine for about 18 years now. They're our actual longest clients. And it's interesting because as for so many years, they've been really the only clients in Southeast Asia. So we're really, really thrilled to have ICS on board, as we would always wanted to expand this area. And some good news is that we have a couple of properties joining us in October from Thailand, so that will be more to come. And this I just wanted to mention also this time this is obviously recorded. So if you have any colleagues you'd like to share it with or need to refer back to it at any time, you can always find that on our YouTube channel. There will be a link sent to you following. So we do have one question in the box so far, and this is from Amy, and she is asking, could you please let me know the planning time to expect to Japan?
That's a great question. Japan takes us roughly 5 days. Everything else takes us about maximum 48 hours. 5 days because for every request, we have to find the guide, we have to find transportation, we have to see if the hotel rates we have are still valid. Japan is very, very confusing these days. We have managed it very, very well, but it takes us a little bit of time to get through all that, and then we usually send the proposal within 5 days.
Perfect. And for me, I'm curious, what is the typical length of a first trip in Japan?
People and that's the interesting thing is everybody does exactly the same thing. So people go to Tokyo 1 or 2 nights in Fuji, and then they go to Kyoto, and then they go to Osaka, and then they go back. So usually 10 days in Japan is the average time of length of people traveling.
And without hotels, just curious, what would be like a cost range for 10 days?
I would say, okay, so with hotels, I would say on average, $1,000 per person per day. And without the hotels, about half of it. Some people forget the fact that hotels have a certain price range, of course, but the land is extremely expensive. I mean, we pay a lot of money for guides, we pay a lot of money for transportation because it's limited, and the guides are very, very good, and the transportation is very, very good, but it's not cheap like in many, many other destinations. I would say 500 per person per day without the hotels and 1,000 with hotels.
Oh, well, okay. That's a great estimate. Wonderful. So, I don't have any other questions in the question box right now. If anybody has any, feel free to type them in.
I just wanted to say
Well,
one thing
here's
about
here's here's one more.
oh,
Yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah, the Fullerton, by the way, and I'm saying it independently from everything, is my favorite hotel in Singapore. It's it's classic. I mean, it's the post office. The service is unique. The location is unique. The rooms are amazing. So it's really my favorite hotel, just to let you know, because I think if you want to go to Singapore, you don't have to think. There are people who like Marina Bay Sands, which is great for the pool, but that's about it. But if you want a really good hotel, the Fullerton is the place to go. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I would say Marina Bay Sands is sort of like a trip to go see for the day. It's not the place to stay, in my opinion. But
Right.
we're again a bit biased. But actually, and they've just announced their fourth tower, so it's going to be even more enormous than it was
Yes.
before. It's a great view from the Fullerton as well to look at. So,
Yes.
um, so I again, no more questions. Just a few comments saying thank you for the information. It was a great broad perspective, and looking forward to being able to work with you in the future.
Thanks.
So, great. Thank you for your attendance, everyone. We're so grateful to give us for giving us your time today. And we're happy to have kept this down to 20 minutes, 23 minutes would be pretty good. So, and we hope you'll join us for some future webinars. But any last words, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, thanks for everybody joining us. I know everybody's busy. I know it's a busy time privately and for work. All I can say is Asia is safe, Asia is reasonable, Asia is the place to go. I would highly recommend to look into this, and there is availability for festive in almost every country we have. So if you want to do that plan, let us know. And if you have very little information about Asia, we'll fill the rest. You don't have to know much. You just come to us and we'll be very happy to help you.
Thank you so much, Paul, and enjoy your day, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.